now is a make or break moment for all of us. In 1953, value of exports to UK GDP was around 10%. Now it is around 30%. This is a sign of how much the UK has opened up in international trade.
UK is still one of the top 10 exporters in the world. There are many things that UK excels in. Services is definitely one of them. It's sectors like banking, insurance, accounting, legal, education. These are all the sectors that we should be proud of.
UKTI's priorities are in the SME space. SMEs typically have more employment growth and more economic growth and more export growth, and we are determined to help them.
From my perspective, UK businesses has to take a bit more risk. Obviously, take the risk sensibly.
There is still, we believe, a funding problem, particularly for working capital. The banks are now more constrained than they have been. They have greater levels of regulation, and trade finance and export finance is not as attractive a product today as it was 5 or 6 years ago.
There is still a challenge with banking. I think we all know that, between the corporate sector and the banks. The corporate sector says the banks are not lending enough, particularly to SMEs, and we hear that every day of the week. And also government ministers are saying that they're not happy either. The banks are a critical part of the economy. There is nothing that we can do to get away from that, and collectively we have to try to solve that problem.
Generally, export demand seems to be increasing. There's a greater focus from the UK government across the board on support to all categories of exporter.
In general, I think corporate treasurers are reasonably comfortable with their banks and are not necessarily in favour of the amount of bank bashing that is done politically.
I think the other thing that BExA really does applaud is the change in foreign policy goals and really putting trade and export trade as central to foreign policy of this country, because that really does show the world that we're open for business, and for exporters to have that support top down is vital.
As we've heard from yourself and from Lord Poppert, it has taken a long time to get us into this position, and we're not going to get out of it overnight, but there is an absolute determination to do so.
Small, medium businesses were not getting an adequate share of bank finance, and I think that is largely due to their failure to use the facilities which have been offered by UKEF.
There are obviously challenges confronting the UK, but I do believe that there are a lot more opportunities out there if we work together.
Our country priorities are certainly the high growth markets of Brazil, Russia, India, China, but also other parts of Latin America, other parts of Asia as well. And we are determined to provide the support that small companies need.
I think, end of the day, all parties should have the same shared common vision, and that is to promote economic well-being for our people.